I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green. I might begin making a feature Iraq. Cause when I hit your beat, I turn shit to Iraq. Dropping bombs like I'm cursing you out. This your house, then I'm kicking you out. Quiet as a mouse, came in the game, not a word is out that I've been lighting the flame. Shit is potent, don't you know it? I've been flowing, steady growing till they know the name. Saw it ahead of time, knew that I'd get to my losing myself in the view that some window pain. I swear I'm all about peace, I'm a positive person. Wasn't always like that, you know it took me some learning. They asked me how I push a positive light, how I keep my composure through internal fights when addressing the mic through these dark nights. Where the Bruce Wayne, what a trick be. Here's some truth that I'll let free. Bruce Banner of rap if you ask me. When my will to win and attract me, the secret is I'm always angry. So gassed up, I'm about to go green. Go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me. Know me, ride it to life like I'm staying late, staying late, staying late. If life's about to be a cold war, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green. I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green.
live with no regrets, cause I wouldn't be here if I chose a different path. I've worked so hard, I've worked so thorough. I love my team, I wouldn't trade them for the whole world. But I would trade these groupie bitches in a heartbeat if there was a chance that I could ever have my old girl. My first love, man, I can't believe I lost her. Due to miscellaneous bitches all on my roster. So my advice to all my homies out there, with a woman that really cares, don't fuck around, it might cost you. Yeah, but like I said, man, it's no regrets. We move forward, stay positive, and hope for the best. I'm obsessed, I want it all, dog, and nothing less. I'd rather be a dead man than to live with no success. So I spit it from deep in my chest. All of these inner feelings used to just keep them suppressed. Then I wondered why the fuck I would be so depressed. And I realized that I really just need to confess. So when you hear me on a record, it's the real me. Only do it for the people that can feel me. And if you wanna hate, then go ahead and feel free. But I'ma continue to do this shit until it kills me. I've been lost, I've been found, I've been up, I've been down. I've been broken, I've been bruised, beaten and abused by a bitch ass motherfucker my mama would choose. So before you judge me, be sure that you walk in my shoes. I used to sleep out on the streets with a couple sheets. Feeling weak, I've gone weeks with nothing to eat. But fast forward, just a couple years more, me and my team about to do a nationwide tour. In a second I will find that out. It's like I forgot everything I ever cried about. It gets tough, the road may get a little rough. It's all good, homie, you just gotta ride it out. I used to walk up on these tracks, now I'm hurdling. So my homies will never have to snatch a purse again. Yeah, but I know it was truly worth it when I can tell my mama she don't ever have to work again. Only 20 years old when she made me. Just a baby, with a baby. Yeah, I know, girl, I drove you all crazy. Jumping off the walls, going all ADHD. Dropping out of school, no job, I was lazy. You said I end up locked up or pushing up daisies. But you know, girl, that ain't how you raised me. That was just a phase, I wasn't finna let it phase me. Been on a mission just to get it and I got it now. They know the name, my fans asking me to jot it down. This music shit, you know a nigga all about it now. Cause I don't know where the fuck I would be without it now. I used to be a Bama, I could pop the collar now. The girl that used to diss me asking me to call her now. I used to look out in the crowd and hear not a sound. Yeah, that's what they shouting now.
I know I may have changed. I may have lost my way. But every song I've made, yeah, was the blueprint to how I overcame. Was the blueprint to how I overcame. Was the blueprint to how I overcame. Was the blueprint to how I overcame.
Yeah, I got when I got mine. Wasn't hot when I got some. Fucking not what I want, but I stack what I want till I'm back on the right side. Back on the west. Manned up, took a slap on the chest. Running yaps, motherfucker been attached. Motherfucker 3 fingers, let me rap with the best fly. Look at me, I'm treading through the city. Who you know do it better in the city. Who you know moving cheddar in the city. Stewing bread in the city. 2 ahead, you ain't with me. Doors too open for the kid now. Poor same goes for the rich now. Motels turn to this, I'm rich now. Shit, let me miss out. Baby, how you been? I'm sorry that you missed out. You were a rapper now, huh? He a copy. Look at me, then look at his style. Book of history, I've been in now. You see up on my social that I'm in town. And it ain't coincidental that I see every time you've been rolling through the spot that you in. Listen how this pen sound. I've been zoning riding through the city, man, it's LA life, been good to me, been good to me. Seeing where I live now, man, it's fan been hood to me. Said I could real shit, that I would real shit. Said I stand real shit, motherfucker, so I stood real quick.
Now let me take it back, they gon' know my name now. Yeah, we came a long way, but it's one way. Got a long way to go, like it's Monday. Someday gotta be in LA, never gonna make it work out like chest day. Yeah, we just young and we living, we doing it right over here. While you missing just me and my homies, we running the city. Not worry about blowing these hundreds and fifties, cause when you get caught up in money, it's fake. The happiest thoughts end up going to waste. I got all my people, they holding me down. They all coming with me when I got the crown. Trying to master rap, I never gave it up when they called me whack. I gotta run the game like I'm a running back. I gotta change it up so you ain't stuck with that. Now give me the mic and I'm gone. I'm hoping it ain't for too long, but I'm trying to make it all around the world. Meet the fans that put me on, you know we got it. Yeah, we got it. We gon' fill it up like it's a wallet. We gon' live it up like it's college. We gon' soak it up like it's knowledge, yeah. And I gotta pay homage to my fam and the fans from the hometown. Got the hill going up when we back now. Put the 919 on the map now when I'm gone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to more trades. Bitcoin has been doing some interesting stuff, but nevertheless, I believe I've been ahead of Bitcoin. I mean, a lot of calls that I've given have played out. Like the Fibonacci channel, I posted a video, and shortly after that we hit it and got rejected. So that was a nice trade. It's not magic. It's just a lot of times when you plot correctly, you get a good play. But the market doesn't always move according to how you want it. You could plot everything correctly and sometimes you don't make it. Like, for instance, I'll tell you, this Fibonacci channel, I was expecting it to be resistance. You see, we came to it, rejected. Once we break through it, turns into support, and we fired out. Over here, if we break this, if we pump up, break this, then it will be our next support, and we'll be looking up for the next targets, this Fibonacci channel and this Fibonacci channel. So around the 26, 187, if it was to happen within tomorrow, around 28 and around 26,083. So this will be more likely 26,083 if we break this. But however, there are targets before that. There are other channels, other Fibonacci levels, trend lines, liquidity levels that we can't break, that we were holding as support, and our support turned into resistance. On the smaller time frame, on the 15-minute time frame, we've broken structure, we've changed it. We made a low and a low high, but now we're still holding the higher low. If we make a lower low, then we're confirming the change of structure. So far, we're still holding on the 15-minute time frame, and we could pump up. I gave you this level earlier in the video. I was telling you this trend line might hold. We fell beneath. We fell to 22,514 to this trend line that I also had, this horizontal support line. It was a previous daily resistance line, 22,555. Where did we fall to? 22,487. And now we're above it. If we lose this, our next levels are lower at the 21k range, up to the 20. If we lose the 22,800, I believe we could come down to the 2900 to 21k. That's how bad it will be if we lose the 22,800. At the moment, we lost the 22,800. We're holding the 22.5, but I think we have more downside if we can't get above the 22. What is this level? 22,954. On the 1 hour chart, you can see that, let's go on the 45. On the 45, we've had our bearish cross there. EMA crossed the 8, 13, and 21 crossed the 55. The next candle, if it opens and closes below the 8 EMA, the yellow one, then we're confirming our bearish cross. And when that is happening on the 1 hour, it's starting to happen. If we start pumping, then we'll erase that cross and we'll start curving to the upside, and that will be it. This was a fib time that I gave. I don't know how long ago, maybe a week, 2 weeks ago, even longer than 2 weeks, most probably. Sorry about that. But yeah, I've had this Fibonacci, trend-based Fibonacci time, and we hit it. And let's see how much did we get of a drop. Unfortunately, with Fibonacci time, we can't know how high or how low will we go, but we can know that we will have some nice movement. And this was about 5.3%. If you've been following me for a while now, you would know that I always give a heads up for Fibonacci time that is incoming. And you will see that whenever we have it, I give you a heads up and we get good movement. So in July itself, this was a good one, the 4th of July. If you caught that, you would be riding this to 23, 24K. Oops. This is another chart that I have fib channels. Our resistance at the moment on this chart is over here, 22,863. If we can break that, we will gain support above it and continue. The way this happened, it looks like we're going to pump and get support above it. That's the way I feel about it. You can see it happened here. We broke, came back under, and continued higher. Got rejected, bumped our heads, went lower, came to the next one. And we could do this movement for a while. We could continue this way. We could come up, break it, bump our heads, and come lower. Come here, come up again, test, bump, lower. I mean, it won't happen this fast, but that's what I'm talking about. It could happen. We could continue lower and lower and lower. Looks like we're pumping. We could be playing this game. We drop down and coming up to retest this Fibonacci channel, which would sit at, if we pump now with this single candle, which won't happen, but if it did, 23,848. The longer it takes, the lower the target it is. So if it happens after the daily close with a new daily candle, it will be a 23,778. Our support at the moment on this chart, we have our support on this chart. If this candle just dropped or came at the daily close and we went down dramatically, our support will be at 21,418. Now 24K doesn't look so far away, but neither does 21. We're just in between. 21 is much closer to 22 than 24. Just keep that in mind. We're very close. This is another chart that I have. We have a white channel. Let me put it on the weekly. On the weekly it won't show clearly. Let's look at it on the daily. Okay, we have this ascending white channel with the dotted pink line in the center. When we pumped the other day, we wicked at the top of the channel, and now at the moment, if we go on the 4-hourly, before we go to the 4-hourly, I want to show you we have the white channel over here, and we have the green ascending channel, which we broke above, and I was expecting a test of support and continuation, but we went down. We broke below it. And let's not forget that this candle, today's candle, started off very green. We were having a green day. Look how high did we go, and look where did we end. So the market can go in any direction, anytime it wants to. Let's not have any bias. Okay, the green channel is over here. The top of the channel is this, the bottom of the channel. Trying to look at it in many different ways. So I'll erase this for the moment. This is our green ascending channel. We broke into the channel with volume, I believe. So that's not good for Bitcoin. It's not like it was a weak move in. We broke in with volume. And if we come up to test the channel, I don't even need a price target because I have these horizontal levels of the previous wicks. We have 22,968 and 23,328. These two levels are gonna be our immediate resistance for Bitcoin for the short term. The channel is right in between, so I won't put a target, but the channel at the moment lies at 23,052. DXY hasn't been doing that good, but we held support. Actually, we wicked through support under this block of support, and we came right back up. But we could easily go and see the 105 range or the 104, 105.005. We could go back there. And if that happens, then Bitcoin will have a pump. But for now, DXY is approaching the weekend. The markets are closed or are closing very soon. So we're gonna get gap and the DXY and the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ won't be trading. The SPX and the SPY are closed. If we want to look at some Bollinger Band for the S&P 500, look at the Bollinger Band and you can see something. I told you this previously, I think yesterday in the stream, that if we're so extended on the daily on the Bollinger Band to the upside, then the next day it will be a downside. And the same applies if we're extended to the downside. This was extended, but we have another day of a follow through. Next, we open green. So next week when we open, we might continue to the downside because we're so extended to the upside. So if you look at the candle closed at 3961 and the upper Bollinger Band is at 3989. So we exceeded the upper Bollinger Band 398. We exceeded the high of this candle was at 4,012, and the candle opened at 3,998. So we were $9 above the Bollinger Band. And if you go to the US 30, the Dow Jones, if you remember, I plotted this from the high over here. From this high over here to the low, and it gave me the 0.618, and that's exactly where the Dow Jones stopped. We pumped up, wicked, and continued lower. And if we open next week, I expect us to at least come down. Probably we could even come and retest this. Looks so far away, but we could. Solana, on the other hand, same thing, extended, red, green, red, and we're back in the channel that I've had for a very long time. I think this channel is more or less a level, a zone of resistance and support. So a channel, a resistance support zone. But this isn't good for Solana because we also came in, if I look at the volume, we came in the channel with a good amount of volume. At the moment, we're in the channel, we're below the mid of the channel, we didn't even get a support. We're overextended to the downside, which may give us a bit more continuation, and then we may bounce. You see it happens sometimes on smaller time frames. You see an extension. They say when you see a break of the Bollinger Band of 2 candles, or they say 3 candles, then you go for short. I don't follow that trading strategy. Some people use it. They go for like 1, 2, 3. They go short over here. Basically what they're doing is, I believe they're trying to look at 3 black crows or 3 white soldiers, and they get into the trade after that. You get a follow through. Solana and Ethereum, I keep on saying, I believe they lead Bitcoin. You can see they had 2 green candles. If we go back to the Bitcoin chart, we had 2 green candles, but they usually lead the pumps and the dumps. Maybe because they have less liquidity in the market, so they end up moving faster and all that. Bitcoin has a what they call an indecision candle or a doji that tells us that okay, it's enough, we don't want to go lower or we don't want to go higher, and we're reversing. But let's see how strong is this move, because we have uh we have um we have several resistance levels above us. If we go on the daily chart, I want to show you where we are. Let's look. Early on today, if you watched my videos, my short, I was saying, oh, Bitcoin has expanded above the 50 EMA, which is good for it, but we could reverse it anytime. And look what happened. Doesn't look that green anymore. And if we reject today, it's even worse. So at least if we close green or just above it, then it gives us some hope of moving up. However, we have no bias in this channel. We'll trade it up or down. We had two green candles. They looked very strong. This was 2,778 and we closed at 22,000. That's almost a $2,000 move in one day. The next day gave us 22,431 up to 23, almost 400, and even higher. But I'm looking at the open and the close. We had a good one, but look what happened the next day. And Bollinger Bands for Bitcoin. Let's check out our Bollinger Bands. Where do we stand in our Bollinger Bands? Let's close. I think we're overexpanded to the upside. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. You get expanded to the upside on the daily. You wicked one day, next day, third day, boom, you're going down. This would be considered like, people look at these and they say 3 black crows, and then you get a continuation to the downside. But in my opinion, it doesn't always work. Sometimes it works. You get 3, then you get a follow through. Over here, for it to be considered a 3, I think the second one has to close below the first one, and the third one has to close below the second one. Now, does it have to close below the wick or not? I'm not sure about that. We also have 3 green soldiers, and then you have a continuation. So those are the things that could be happening in the charts. The volatility indicators, I'll show you. The ATR at the moment on the hourly is 279. It's still high. We didn't get that drop in ATR that I like to see below 200. Then it tells you a volatile move is incoming. The RSVVB, the caterpillar, let's see where do we stand with the RSVVB. I usually measure it on the hourly, and same thing, I like to see it below the 2% by measuring with the ruler. We're at the 6, we got an expansion today. So I don't expect much. We could still have a volatile move or momentum, even though we're expanded, but more likely when we have lower ATR and lower volatility, when the market is just contracting, you see it contracting, and the movement between the candles the difference between the candles becomes small, like the highs and the lows become really small. So that's one thing you should be aware of. Let's look at our Ichimoku. Our Ichimoku on the 4-hourly, we're above the support cloud. We're still there. We have the Kumo twist here, which is an opportunity for a drop if we want to drop. I was expecting a drop today because the Ichimoku was thinning. We were waiting for the news for the dollar, but the news came. You see, the news came bad for the dollar. So the dollar dropped in the beginning of the day at around 4:45 my time. The dollar just plummeted because of the news. Let's look. Yeah, we dropped over here, pumped. It was around, let's go on the 1 hourly. This is on the 4 hourly. No wonder it was off. It was right around here, exactly here. Let's go on the 15-minute because it happened at 4:45 my time, and I'll show you how news plays happen. You see this big red candle over here? That was when the news came out. The numbers, the PMI numbers came out at that time, and the dollar dropped. And at the same time, when that happened at 4:45, Bitcoin pumped. Let's look at Bitcoin, 4:45. We got the spike up, and then it came down. So we opened down here. The candle opened 23,579. Our high was 23.76. So just a $200 move, roughly. Welcome to the stream, Jafar. Nice to see you here, man. Nice to see you. Yeah, the dollar then pumped, but we are expecting that the dollar could go lower. I have this support zone over here. It's a previous support zone. So if you go left and you look on the 4 hourly, we have this block of orders. You see consolidation for a long time. And here again, over here it was resistance. So it goes back. The dollar can drop if they keep hiking the interest rates, which thank you, Muddin. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm trying my best here, really trying my best. If they keep increasing the interest rate hikes, which if we look at Forex, this is where I look at my news, my daily updates on the calendar. We go to, I believe it's going to be on the 27th. Federal funds rate. They're expecting, the last time was a 1.75%. They're expecting it to be 2.5%. Well, I think what they're talking about is a 0.25% interest rate hike. But people are already saying that the rate hikes, last time they increased 0.75. So this time it will be very normal for them to increase again 0.75. So that will even be, it will be essentially it will be good for the dollar and bad for the market. But in the same aspect, it's bad for the consumers. They don't have much money they're not able to spend. And when that happens, people go for risk off. They don't invest in tech like US 100, US 30, cryptocurrencies. They go for things that are more guaranteed. Maybe in metals, maybe in oil because of the war, so the oil is going up. In wheat, because of the war, the wheat is going up. So the dollar can pump when the FOMC next week come out with their rate on the 27th. That's in 5 days' time. This can just be a holding zone, or they can even come down to previous support and the dollar goes up. And if that happens, then I'll tell you what will happen to Bitcoin. Bitcoin most probably could come up, and not on this chart, on this chart. It can come up to these other zones of, where is that? We can come up to the 25 or 26K range. And when I look at the chart, I look for confluence. I'll tell you why this zone is a good zone to come up to. Now, I said around the 26K range. Look at the 25K range. From the 28 down to where we got to the 23, it's just red candles. These candles don't happen randomly. These are liquidity. These are people going short from up. People that are going short, and a lot of them are not paying themselves. Some of them still have their stop losses above. If you look at this indicator, the colors of the candle represent that there's a lot of tick volume. There is a lot of exchange. People are buying, people are selling, people are going short. Some people are going long. People who have big amount of liquidity, they don't go short when price is dropping. They go long as price is dropping. People are buying as prices. They can withstand it because they have a lot of money. Unlike retail traders, regular traders like you and I, we cannot I don't know about you, but for me, I cannot afford to go long over here knowing that I'm going to be staying here till 17K. So there's a lot of exchange over here. So if I was going long over here, I will definitely want to come back and collect my profit. I've been going long all this time as it's dropping. I will come back and collect profit. So I'm saying is the weekend, maybe after the weekend by a bit, we could find a pump for the markets, but it's very critical for Bitcoin to hold the 22,350. If we lose the 22,350, then I believe we're coming down to the even 20,950. The 22,350 is over here, and I'll tell you how I got that. So let's draw a trend line, a horizontal line on this wick. That is a 22,351. What I see over here is that we have an M forming. The only way it is confirmed after we break the 22,350, and the measured move for that M would be from this peak to the bottom, and we put it at the break, and we would come down possibly 2196 back to this fib channel. But the next 2 days are weekends, so it depends upon daily candle formation on next 2 days. I think it is still going to go a bit more down. As you said before, July might close in red as well. Yes, my friend, you're very right. You're very right. We might be going down. The thing is about the markets, on weekends, cryptocurrency still trades. It doesn't have to follow the NASDAQ as it usually does. It doesn't have to follow the dollar. So the market is free for all. Anyone with big liquidity can push it a bit lower, push it a bit higher. You're very right. I do anticipate a lower July. But so far, let's look at July. July has been green. I might be wrong. Yeah, I might be very wrong. Look at July. It's a small candle, but it's not what I said. I said red, but it's proving me wrong, man. It's still green. We still have 8 days. Anything can happen. The only time it will turn red if we drop below 19,996 and 19,000. What's the open of this candle? The monthly candle opened at 18,780. Actually, no, 19,923 was the open of this. So if we drop between below 19,900, which I also have a level there, 19,900. I have 19,996. That was 19,929. If we drop below it, then we're gonna have a red July. There's the level. No, that's 22. 19,996. Where's my level? Oh my God, what's happening here? 19,926 was the level I had. However, if we drop below 19,900, then it's going to be a red July as I was expecting earlier. We have some fib time coming also again. As I told you, fib time is incoming, be aware. And we had fib time today, and we got a 5.3% move? This was my Fibonacci time for the day. Where's the hourly chart? Let's go to the hourly. That's what we got today. We hit the Fibonacci time at the trigger. Look, I put this trigger line before the Fibonacci time because I expect it always to move before it. Not I expect it, I've noticed we move before it. So I do my Fibonacci time, then I put the green dotted line before. I started doing this from the 27th of June. Before that, I wasn't paying attention to it, but I started doing that now. And I noticed at the trigger line, we may have some movement up or down. It depends on price action. You have to notice price action and you decide what you think. Look at that. We started here and we got 5 5.33% of a drop. As for Ethereum, I keep on saying trades better than Bitcoin, and it is, what do I say, ominous, as in it happens. It's like an omen to what will happen to Bitcoin. It's a sign. It shows you before what will happen to Bitcoin happens in Ethereum and Solana. At the moment, Ethereum is still here, down. It's showing some intention to pump up because we have this stopping volume candle or reversal candle, but volume is not there. Solana, on the other hand, is more volatile because it's a lower cap. Yeah, ETH is holding on its own. ETH does what ETH wants to do. However, they all follow Bitcoin. But I mean, ETH does it in a much tradable way. It doesn't go very randomly. If you look at this chart, you will notice that when ETH is moving up, it moves nicely. It goes up, it comes down slightly, and then it comes back, tests the 50 EMA, creates a double bottom, goes up. I mean, the way ETH trades is much better. You can make a lot of money through ETH, but you can also lose a lot of money if you're trading leverage through ETH. Solana, on the other hand, I traded it. I like trading it, but one coin I haven't liked trading, I didn't have a good experience with, and maybe because I don't have much of experience or enough experience, but in trading alts, but it was Luna. Luna was giving me a bit of a hard time because I noticed Luna wasn't moving in sync with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And I'm talking about Luna B, the new Luna, not Luna C, Luna 2, I think they call it. This one. Luna Binance USD, yeah. It almost goes opposite to them, but eventually it follows them. So it was really confusing. It doesn't move as them as smooth as them because maybe the market cap for it is very low, so it's very volatile. So even if you look at the shape, look how it looks. And let's go back to Bitcoin, slightly different, see? If you go to Ethereum, similar to Bitcoin, but we had a higher high. Bitcoin had a lower high. That's interesting. Someone's having some divergence. I want to look at divergences because divergences can tell you what could happen. So you take the RSI and we look at the RSI over here. Exactly, people poured money. I didn't own any Luna, but when I saw it dropped to not the new Luna, the first Luna before everyone lost a lot of money, it was dropping and it went to almost 0.4 zeros and something. I said, let me throw some money in. And as soon as I threw money in, they stopped trading Luna for a while, and then they brought it back as Luna and Loon C. Luna and Loon C, yeah, Loon C and Luna. And the value of what I bought went much less. I lost like 60%. Luckily, I didn't put so much money because I was ready for the risk. So I just put a very small amount, and I said even if Luna gets to $1, I'll be making a shit ton of money. Okay, let's look at I noticed something on Ethereum and Bitcoin. So let's look over here on the 4 hourly. Does Ethereum, this is on the 1 hour. On the 1 hourly, Ethereum isn't forming any bearish or bullish divergences. Let's look at Bitcoin. Wait, Ethereum, it's a bit different. So if we take it from here, okay, we could say on the 1 hour chart, Ethereum formed a higher high, slightly, I believe. Let's bring it down, slightly higher high, but on the RSI, we formed a lower high. That is considered bearish divergence. If you see bearish divergence on an up move, you invested also in Luna, huh? I thought I was being smart, but the market will always make me humble. Really. You can never outsmart it. You can try to minimize your risk, but outsmarting it is almost impossible. Okay, so bearish divergence on Ethereum, and that means that it indicates a reversal. Okay, the reversal happened. How low? We don't know. But if Ethereum comes down and wicks below 1464 and closes above, then we're going to have bullish divergence and continuation. So I'm expecting a bit more lower prices, but as it seems now, Ethereum is pumping higher. The candle is getting bigger. Can we see the volume? I'll use some other volume. I have a volume indicator by fractal 15. It has an EMA cloud. Volume by fractal 15. Advanced volume by fractal 15. So if you look at the volume over here, you can see that this cloud is a 20 EMA cloud. So when you have volume below the 20, you know it's not that significant, but above and significantly above, like this red candle was on this candle, we had an exceedance of volume. At the moment, the pump is just minimum. It's like a very low volume. So that was for Ethereum. I showed you that we're having a bearish divergence. What I would like to see on Bitcoin, the same, to know that we're headed the same way. So let's go on the 4 hourly for Bitcoin, then go down to the 1 hour. Bitcoin on the 4 hourly doesn't have any bearish divergence. We have lower highs and lower highs, but we have bullish divergence that may play. Look at that. On the 4 hourly, we have bullish divergence. I have a problem with that. If you look at this and you say we are in an uptrend at the moment, then the problem is, in an uptrend, you would usually expect to have hidden bullish divergence, which tell you there is a continuation. Hidden bullish divergence tells you that there is hidden divergences tell you there's continuation of the trend. So over here, the trend was up. Okay, we stopped at the downtrend. We're not. The macro is still on a downtrend. In my opinion, we're still in a downtrend. We didn't change it. But if we're looking at this small minuscule fractal over here, we have had higher highs, higher lows, sorry, and lower lows on the RSI. This is bullish divergence. Bullish divergence is usually a reversal of the trend after you complete a downtrend. The downtrend was completed here, but this is a bigger, we can't count it on the small one. And at the moment we're higher than this. So if we look at this and say bullish divergence, I don't think so it will play out. It could play out on the micro. It won't continue playing out for long. But if we're trying to look at bearish divergences, we still have major bearish divergence on Bitcoin. You can look from here if you want. From this one, we have a higher high on the price action, and we have a lower high on RSI. Very clear. Here's a high. This was a lower high. This was a lower high. And price action, this was a major. This is called major divergence. This is bearish divergence. Now if we look at the micro, we look at the macro now. Let's go on the daily. If you go on the daily, now you have to consider the bigger picture on the daily. And you look at RSI, you say from here to here. Look at this peak over here before we dropped. We had a lower high, and over here we had a higher high. That is hidden bearish divergences. That is continuation of the trend. And the trend is down, so we may continue to lower prices. Other than that, I have one more thing I'd like to share that I've been looking at for a while. I plotted it way before, a long time ago, and I'll get rid of these Fibonacci timelines so to give you clarity, and I'll show you the wave count that I have, the Elliott, why I'm convinced we still have downside, and I think we're still on a wave 4. I might be wrong, but yeah. Okay, this is on the daily. This is an Elliott wave count. Basically, I have this box over here that says possible reversal after a red July. I've had this forever. I'll get rid of it now so the screen is clear. What I like to see is I don't trade purely on Elliott wave counts, but I like to look at them for confluence on what I think is happening on the market. So let's take this aside and let's take this aside. So we started off here from 69k. Was it 69 point something? We started a 5-wave count. And we started a 5-wave move. This was a wave 1. Elliott wave count goes on 5 waves impulse and 3 waves are corrective. The corrective waves are a bit complicated because they have running flat, expanding flats, they have a zigzag, they have WXY patterns. Some people are looking at this differently than me. They're looking at this as a W, X, Y. What does that mean? They mean the corrections to the downside and will have a continuation to the upside. They're counting from here as a 1. This is a 2. And here we had a wave 3 and we're going down in a wave 4. The wave 4 cannot break the territory of wave 1. We came into it and went into it, but we didn't totally, go into it and close under it. So they still consider it as a valid WXY, and the wave 4, it gets more complicated. Okay, anyway, so the impulse wave is a 5-wave move. Usually wave 2 would retrace. It can't retrace all the way to wave 1. So we say the wave 1 started up here. We went down to the bottom of wave 1. Sorry, I need to use trend-based fib. Trend-based fib extension, we go from wave 1 to the bottom of wave 2 of wave 1 over here to the top of wave 2, which was over here. I'll start over, sorry. This was a wave 1. Over here we started. And we go to the bottom of wave 1 to speculate where is our wave 2 gonna end. Our wave 2 can come as high as 0.9 if it wants of wave 1, but it can't go all the way to wave 1. That is not allowed by Elliott wave rules. Now, after wave 2 completes, then we can project where wave 3 is. I hope you can see it. Let's get rid of this. So we're here. We take it from the top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 2, and it tells us wave 3 projection. I had a projection for wave 3 to 1.618. Obviously we went to 1.272, and then once wave 3 completes, we want to know where wave 4 is going to end. So we take Fibonacci retracement and we say, okay, wave 2 is going to retrace at least to 0.236 of wave 3. We went up to 0.5. Once we saw a consolidation, rejection, and no much momentum, we know wave 4 is starting to finish. Then we're going down for 5. This was all in wave 1, the big wave 1. This white wave 1. This was wave 1. And then we bounced for 2. Same thing, 2 can't go up all the way to 1. And then we came down for 3, 4, and 5. Same way we measured those, we'd measure these. The wave 5 is measured differently. And I believe we are, this move down is a wave 5. And in a wave 5, you'll have 5 waves. And I believe we are in the 4th wave of the 5-wave move down. I believe this is the 4th wave, and we came up maybe we topped out or not yet, but we're gonna continue for one more hit down. What will happen after that? After we continue down with the wave 5, we're gonna get, preferably, doesn't have to happen, but most likely than not, we get what we call bullish divergence. So essentially, this over here, we will move down, we'll break the low of 17.5, we'll have a wick, but our candle won't close there. We'll have a wick and we'll end up closing above 17.5. What will that do? That will cause the RSI to come low, but the RSI will not close. You see this wick 17.5, the RSI will not go lower than this RSI over here, this level, because the RSI follows the candle close, it doesn't follow the wicks. So we could come down and wick and come back and close our candle, so it will be a big wick and close our candle above 17.5, or it can even be a small wick. And when that happens, RSI will come down and we'll have a higher low on RSI, but a lower low in price action, because we'll have that wick. And that is reversal divergence, bullish bullish divergence. If we look what happened before when we had the dump over here, did we get the bullish divergence on the daily? See RSI over here, we wicked. We wicked over here. We came down, then we got a lower low over here in price action. But RSI over here was low. Over here, even though price came down, RSI didn't go that low. It went and held because the candle did not close below this wick. The candle closed above. We didn't close above this candle, but we closed above the wick. We didn't close below. So that caused the lower lows in price action, higher lows in RSI, bullish divergence, and we pumped. That is what we prefer to see on the daily chart. But that doesn't have to happen. It can happen. It does. It's preferable. And our daily is looking red for now. I wonder if we're going to close red. We went up by $100 or $200. Let's go back to our 15-minute chart and see where do we stand. On our 15-minute chart, any volatility coming in, we can see it over here if there's volatility. Volume, how is the volume looking? At the moment, markets are closed, so it's free for all. It's like what do you call it? Anyone can do whatever they want. It's like the purge. People can kill each other. Traders can strangle each other. There you go. This is volume divergence. Very clear. We're going up, but volume is going down. There's nothing bullish for the day unless some crazy stuff happened and we start pumping up. We still have our resistance levels I showed you. Guys, if you haven't liked the stream, I appreciate if you like the stream. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate everyone that watches the stream. Thanks a lot. That supports the channel. Just smash the likes, and I'll keep giving out these free technical analysis and trade setups, possible trade setups. Of course, not financial advice. Everyone does what they want to do. This is just how I see the market and what I may do. I don't take every trade setup I put out here because it all depends on price action. I always tell you, look at the reaction. Even though I gave you this level today, I waited for the reaction. I did not enter on the wick up here. Where I entered was way below, probably the 23.5 or 23.8. It was the 23.3 actually. I entered at 23.5. Then I re-entered again at 23.3 because at 23.5 we pumped again and I got stopped out with a minimum loss, maybe 1%. Thanks Jafar Mueddin. Thank you very much. Where are you from, Jafar? Or what country are you in at the moment? I'm just trying to know my followers or my viewers. I'd like to know them. So it doesn't look very bullish. Everyone wants Bitcoin to go up, but I say we trade it either way. And I've heard this, that a lot of money is made during bear markets. And during bear markets, we have some of the biggest rallies. Very big percentages of rallies happen in bear markets. Oh, currently in Egypt from India. Are you working in Egypt? How is Egypt? I've never been there, man. Never been there. I was supposed to go to India a few years back, but and then the flights were overbooked and I had to cancel my reservations. I was going to go to Cochin and I was going to rent a houseboat for a few days. It was going to be nice. I might go there, let these whatever's going on in the world now with the C word that we can't talk about, and I might visit there. Nice. Jafar, so yeah, I didn't enter at the wick, but whoever entered, well, very nice, very nicely played. I'm sure you had profits. If we pump up, as I told you, our targets are here. We can come back up. It's very possible. Oh, nice. You're from Kochi, huh? Is Kochi the same as Cochin? That's where I was going to go. I was going to go to Cochin. At the moment, if we break 22,489 or 22,344, then we're coming more to the downside. Yep, that's all for now. Just be aware that we have the 22,350. If we break that, we're gonna come lower to approximately 21k, 2,900, 21k. Okay, Kochi. Now I see. Nice. I might visit it one day. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Smash the likes if you haven't. Click the notifications. I wanted to ask, do you get alerts when I post short videos or not? Because I post shorts throughout the day. But yeah, I post shorts, I post videos throughout the day, and I come in live sometimes. Those are the targets. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. Thanks. I'm out. Thank you, Jafar. Thank you. You are great, man. Thanks for following. Like the videos. Okay, so you don't get notification for shorts. Okay, if you look at my channel, I post shorts. I don't have a certain time, but whenever I see movement or anytime, I just do some quick TA and I post shorts on my channel. There are a lot of shorts. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. I'm out. Have a good night, Jafar. See you.